Hello, and welcome to day 52 in our reading plan. My name is Jacob, and it's my pleasure to go over some thoughts on Leviticus 24 and 25. In chapter 24, we see a story that appears to be a random insert into this long string of rules and regulations. But I think that we will find this to be very pertinent to what God is trying to relate to us in this book. Uh, there is a son of a Jewish woman and an Egyptian father, and we see that he blasphemes the name and curses God. He is then taken into custody and held until a decision is made. God then commands Moses to have him stoned. God also gives Moses a list of commands on how we interact with life around us. And reading in verse 17, whoever takes a human life shall surely be put to death. Whoever takes an animal's life shall make it good, life for life. And if anyone injures his neighbor as he has done, it shall be done to him fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. Whatever injury has given a person shall be given to him. Whoever kills an animal shall make it good, and whoever kills a person shall be put to death. This is a great picture of a biblical pattern. God lays out two rules of which he repeats in reverse fashion. And this is a type of Jewish writing, and it most always gives us a path to the main point or objective. And as we see in this passage, the middle command is that whatever you do to someone else, the same is to be repaid. And so the offense this son makes toward God is very significant because God takes names very seriously. We can see this in that the Bible is also very specific in the fact that this woman, his mother, is from the tribe of Dan, whose name means God is my judge, which is the name that Rachel gave Dan whenever she was trying to fight with Leah about having children with Jacob. And so this is also very important because this is a moment where we see God passing judgment. And no doubt it's important that this son is described as the son of an Egyptian, and we can maybe read between the lines and have a couple arguments there about, his history. But, even that maybe there's some history with the fact that he was an Egyptian, and maybe there is some disdain or hardening of the heart in this man, just like we saw with Pharaoh. And it's also unfortunate for this person who has done what he did, but God, his name is above all. He is God Almighty. He is God everlasting. He is the great I am, and he always was, is, and always will be. And God's use of names in the Bible always has great implications. And it's always fascinating and intriguing when you study names and what they mean. And when God doesn't name someone in the Bible, it's a harsh reality that he had no intention to give them honor. So my main takeaway from this is that God is our ultimate judge. Nothing is unknown by him. And if we are to live our lives, we are to live it holy, and we are to be holy because he is holy. And in this passage, we can be reminded to always be aware of how you treat the name of God, and to then be challenged to think, is God just an idea in our hearts, or has he completely gripped us? Or are we completely gripped by him and by his name? And I'll leave you all with that. And I hope it brings about a greater yearning to understand God's name. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you come back tomorrow for another recap. See ya.